Let's have a look at how to do a recording with Fiddler. As you can see on the screen, I already have downloaded and installed Fiddler, but if you don't know where to get it, you can, from doctor.octoperf.com, get information on where to download Fiddler and install it. Then we'll go through the initial configuration together. It's very simple. There are 3 steps to follow, and after that, we'll use it to record traffic and import it in OctoPerf. The first thing to know is that Fiddler is a free software you can install. Then, as I said, for the configuration, we have a few steps to follow. In particular, going to the options menu here, we want to tell Fiddler to record HTTPS traffic and to decrypt it so that we are able to read it. When you select this option, you should see a pop-up window telling you that you have to install Fiddler certificate so that we are able to decrypt HTTPS traffic. So that's the purpose of this window. So I'm just going to go ahead and agree with that and install the certificate. Now the next step is to make sure that with Fiddler we record all the content of the responses. And since Fiddler has a limit by default on the size of responses, we are going to override that. So to do it here, I copy paste this parameter into Fiddler command line right here. There we go. And I press enter. So now this preference has been set in here, and now with Fiddler I will record any size of responses. And the last one we are going to do is to hide the HTTPS connect. That will make the recording easier to understand. It's not much, but this way we will not have these connects that we don't need when we import it in OctoPerf. So now we are ready to do a recording. As when we did it with Firefox, the thing I would recommend is to use a new private window or a new incognito window in Chrome, because it is a good way to start from a fresh context in your browser. And in Fiddler, to start the recording, I'm going to have to click Capture Traffic here or hit F12. And that way he will record everything happening on my machine, including what's going on in Firefox. So I'm going to start and go ahead with the capture right here. And the application I want to record is petstore.octoperf.com. So there you can see, okay, it's been recorded right here. And again, here, as with Firefox, the recommendation is to wait a few seconds on every page so that we can create transactions automatically in the end. So make sure that you wait a few seconds before you click anywhere. This way we'll be able to detect that it was on a different page and create a transaction for you. Otherwise, I will just create a very standard scenario where we sign in the application, we go to a product page, and we add a product to the cart, because we want to have all these steps recorded in OctoPerf and to use them for the other exercises later on. So let's proceed with checkout. I will then continue and finish by confirming the order right here. There we go. I could record a sign out. It's up to you, depend on what you want to do in the application. It can make sense or not. I will record it anyway. And then we have all of this recorded in Fiddler, among other things, but that's fine. We can filter them later on. So I'm just going to go to the Files menu again, uncheck Capture Traffic because I don't want to record anymore. In particular, if you're now going through OctoPerf, you would record what you're doing in OctoPerf, which would slow it down a bit. And the way to go to generate an HAR file in Fiddler is to go to Export All Sessions and to save that as an HTTP archive file version 1.2 and store it on your disk. And there you go. So I can just put it here over this jpixel.har file. And when it's finished, I can go back to OctoPerf and import it. And that's exactly what we are going to do in the next video. Have a look at how to import it and how to work on this recording to make it a bit more interesting.